I started this podcast by asking you a very loaded question, and it's only appropriate that I would end the podcast with another loaded question, and that would be to look into your crystal ball and envision what 2025 looks like for content marketing. Obviously, the AI models will continue to evolve and get better. More and more companies will experiment with AI. More startups will emerge, offering the latest things in sliced bread to create and distribute content. How do you see the landscape unfolding? What are you most excited about? What are you the most afraid about or most concerned about?
So it's funny when I answer this question or I think about other people's answers to this question, I'm living in this kind of tech bubble where a lot of people that I talk to and read from and learn from and from, they're all in this bubble of B2B SaaS. And in many cases, we are far ahead of some of the other more traditional industries. I'm not going to call anyone out by name, but there are other industries who are still gating their case studies in 2025, right? So I don't want to say that everyone is going to be creating episodic video content native for social media, or everyone's going to be creating more zero click content so that people aren't always having to go back to the website or clicking a link to read content, because that I think is a very SaaS forward thing. And I think those of us who do work in SaaS and tech, yeah, we are going to be doing more of that because that's what a lot of the conversations are about. And whenever some people are leading the charge, others will always follow. So I do expect to see more of that in our bubble. As far as the entire industry, I think that there's going to be a wider adoption of proprietary data storytelling now that more and more people are starting to learn about it. And they're realizing that it's not as scary as they might have thought it was. Because for me, when I first thought about, oh my God, I'm going to create this research report, I need to crunch numbers, this sounds like a lot of work. And it is a lot of work for anyone who's ever done it. It's a lot of work, but it is learnable, it is doable. And out of all the content I create, that's the type that typically drives the biggest business impact. So I think that a lot more companies are going to learn how to create research reports and do data storytelling, not the dry kind. They're going to really do it, and they're going to add some personality, because just because you're talking about data doesn't mean you have to be dry and corporate. You can still have your own brand voice and personality when you do the data storytelling. So I think that might be something that gets more widely adopted.